and we'll say good evening to Todd.
Either, Rich, it is hard to forget last year at the Players. I remember talking to competitors prior to competition, and it was tough for them to focus on golf, especially international players who were concerned that they may not be able to return home. Ultimately, this championship was canceled. Fear and uncertainty were the dominant feelings then, and those feelings kind of linger around still as the players return to the stadium course.
I always go back to it because I remember we teed off. There was an announcement by Jay at it was like midday, wasn't it, or something, the announcement, and we were teeing off at 2 o'clock. Went out and played, came back in like 4.5 hours later, and the world was shutting down pretty much. And I think what I remember is I just wanted to know if, what did the near future hold? Was I supposed to go home? Could I go home? That kind of thing. So it was it was a strange week.
When we left the Players, it was kind of see you in a month or maybe 3. That's what we knew. We knew nothing. And oh, how the world has changed. Yeah, it's quite surreal, really. And it's still very much not back to normal. So it's getting there. There's certainly light at the end of the tunnel. We've learned kind of who the heroes are in this last 12 months, medical frontline workers all over the world. And a lot of people lost their lives. So it's been, I don't know, there's a lot going on in 12 months. Lots to compute, lots to digest, not all of it good, but hopefully some optimism.
I knew it was obviously a big deal. I knew it was going to be not good for a while. I didn't know that we'd still be doing this a year later. But, at the same time, even at that time, I felt very fortunate that, my family was doing all right and we were going to be able to get home and chill, I guess. I mean, if that was the worst thing my wife and I had to deal with was just being with each other 24/7 for a while, it was all right. But yeah, it's definitely a crazy time.
I think we're all sort of now seeing a light at the end of the tunnel where things can at least get back to some sort of normality pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, I can't believe it's been a year. It's going to be surreal looking back in 20 years' time and sort of seeing what we lived through. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to things going back to normal.
I did talk to a few players today competing in a practice round with their buddies out here on the stadium course, and they did give me a sense of optimism that we have turned the corner a bit, not only from a health perspective, but from a professional perspective as well on the world's greatest stage when it comes to golf. Evidence of that optimism? Well, here this week, for the 4th time in the last 6 weeks on the PGA Tour, these players will be competing in front of fans.